What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the Newcastle Liverpool post-match analysis video. And what a match this was. I couldn't review it straight after the game because I was on a short 2-day holiday with my girlfriend and my friends, but I'm back and I watched the game in full and it was a really tense encounter. I avoided spoilers throughout the day so I could watch the game without knowing the actual scoreline, and I think it was a really probably our most difficult game in the run-in, even more difficult than the Chelsea game, for example. But Liverpool can find a way of winning a football match one way or the other, and this was a very difficult game because Rafa Benitez set Newcastle up very well. And I think that this Liverpool team, even if it doesn't win the Premier League title, deserves a huge amount of praise, huge amount of credit. This is the best ever Liverpool season in terms of in the league, even if we don't win the title. We collected 2.54 points per average. That's 2.5 points per average on a season. In a season where we collected 94 points already and we could end up without the Premier League title, which is unthinkable. To think that a team with 94, 95 or 97 points, whatever we end up on with, to think that the team with 94 points plus won't win the title is just remarkable, unthinkable. And also, same goes out to Manchester City. These are two of the greatest teams of the Premier League and two of the greatest teams in English football history. Never before has this ever happened in a football league season where two teams won so many games. I mean, Manchester City are on a 12-game winning streak and Liverpool are on an 8-game winning streak. Yes, we have won 8 games before this season. We actually won, I think, 9 games before in this season, and now we are on an 8-game winning streak, and we are still behind Manchester City in terms of dropped points. Manchester City can go top with a victory against Leicester City tomorrow, but I will watch that game very interestingly. But I'm just hoping for a miracle, hoping that Jamie Vardy or James Maddison or somebody pulls a rabbit out of the hat and scores a great goal against Man City, and then hopefully Leicester can hold on. But I don't expect it. Man City are a better team than Leicester, but stranger things have happened already, and this Newcastle side gave Liverpool one hell of a run for their money. Let me know, guys, do you think that Liverpool can win the title or not? Let me know in the comments below. And also, there were many controversial moments in the Newcastle-Liverpool game, like Trent Alexander-Arnold blocking a shot on the goal line with his arm. I don't think it was intentional, but according to the rule book, maybe it should have been a sending off and a penalty, so red card and a penalty. And then I think pretty much Liverpool don't win this game, because even with 11 men, Newcastle almost held on for a draw. The big worry is that Roberto Firmino hasn't started this game. He wasn't even on the bench, and Mohamed Salah had to come off with a hand injury in the second half. But it was Xherdan Shaqiri and Origi who combined, two substitutes who combined for the winner in the 86th or 87th minute or something like that. It was crazy. And it's a devastating blow to Liverpool's hopes of getting to the Champions League final, because Jurgen Klopp confirmed in his post-match press conference that Firmino will definitely miss the Champions League semi-final second leg against Barcelona. So it looks like something happened between the Barcelona and the Newcastle games where Firmino maybe re-injured himself or something. So Firmino will miss the Barcelona game, and he could be maybe ready for the Wolves game, but not 100%. And also, Liverpool must wait to discover the extent of Mohamed Salah's injury. And Jurgen Klopp said, what I heard, he got the hip of the goalie on his head. He was then on the ground and the doctor had to make a decision on the pitch or off the pitch, and the decision was off the pitch. We accept that, of course. When he came in, he was sitting in the dressing room watching the game on television, so he was then fine, but of course we have to wait. He got a proper knock, obviously, in that situation. So yeah, Mohamed Salah is still a doubt, and if we are without Salah and Firmino, that will be like even harder than mission impossible to do an epic comeback against Barcelona, because Salah and Firmino are two of our best attackers, and we need a lot of goals against Barcelona if we want to go through. And Jurgen Klopp's reaction to the Newcastle victory was, I think, brilliant. He said, we could talk about football tonight, we could talk purely about showing the real heart, showing real passion, showing real desire. It was just brilliant. Newcastle showed it as well, unbelievable. They gave us a proper game. I think in our situation, with all the circumstances around, some people probably expected us to show a bit of nerves, and the boys didn't. It was just a difficult game for different reasons. Of course, playing 3 days ago, it was most intense running wise. We had the highest number of kilometers in Barcelona, and then 3 days later, we come to Newcastle, and this is obviously not a friendly game tonight. The style of play of Newcastle is not really to defend with tactical moves. It is just a long ball. Rondon is fighting for it, then you wait for the decision of the ref, foul or no foul. If it's no foul, you have to carry on, and if it is a foul, it is a free kick in either direction. That means you cannot do it with a proper formation. You have to do it with legs, with runs and stuff like that, and that makes it even more intense, and that's why it makes sense to keep the ball. That's what we tried a lot of times. We did it really well in a lot of moments. I like the body language always when we pass the ball around, but around the first goal it was not that good, because you keep the ball, but not for keeping it, but for creating a situation or a gap or a passing option. And in that moment, all of a sudden, because the intention was not right, we were under a bit of pressure. And he said our goals were wonderful. The first goal, Pete Kravietz and Greg and James, our analysts, what they do around set pieces is unbelievable. It is really nice to see. Having Virgil van Dijk completely free in the box is pretty rare. It was a wonderful routine. We scored the second one, nice cross again from Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Salah is there, but then they score their goal, and then it is not too long to go anymore. We have to sub Mo Salah, not cool. We have fresh players on the bench, try to have an impact, and they had an impact. It was a wonderful free kick from Shaqiri and sensational header from Divock Origi, and we win the game. We are now qualified for the league final, which is brilliant. And yeah, that's the most that we can take from this game. That we take this Premier League title race to the final day of the season. Whatever happens in the Man City-Leicester game, we take it to the final game of the season. And that has only happened once before with Liverpool in the Premier League. We only had it once go to the final game of the season. It was in 2014, where we missed out on the title to Man City. Of course it will be heartbreaking. Of course I will be devastated if Liverpool don't win the league title, because I honestly think we deserve it. But Man City deserve it as well. But because Manchester City cheated their way to the Premier League title, or to the at the moment to the top of the Premier League, I don't think they fully 100% merit the title, because the way that they got the money and the way that they bought so many players with money that they weren't supposed to spend all on players because of circumventing and cheating financial fair play rules. It would have a very bitter taste in my mouth if Man City win the league. And also Manchester City could win the title in the next 3, 4, 5 years, and Liverpool could end up in a situation where we go with toe-to-toe with Man City, 90 points, but because Man City will always have a bigger squad, because Manchester City will always spend probably more money than Liverpool, it might be a bridge too far for Liverpool to grab to, and I just don't like that. I honestly think that there should be rules in football on how much money you can spend, and you shouldn't be able to spend money that you don't have really, and that's what Manchester City did so many times. I mean, they didn't earn it, and And yeah, it's tough to take. Basically, they were given a silver spoon, and yes, they have taken it. Yes, Guardiola took Manchester City to a whole another level. But without that investment, Manchester City would be nowhere near the title, and that's just painful to me. But let me know what they think. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments below, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Goodbye.